Do you think I need to go and paint that yellow BR, bruv?
Arms house to your mum's house. Arms house to your mum's, to your mum's, to your mum's. Arms house to your mum's house. Arms house to your mum's, to your arms house to your mum's house.
You're joining live from New York, son.
Here we go.
How can we see him bigger? How can you make the difference?
I think once he talks or his audio's working, then he will be.
It switches to him.
Yeah.
Connecting to his audio.
Hey.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me just get some light.
Yes.
All right.
And also maybe if you put your screen sideways, then you'll get on. Yeah, there we go. You see how you're right. Nice and big.
Hold on. Let me think, man. Let me get some kind of table.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some ice for my drink. This is my man Theme, by the way. Theme.
Yo, what up, Theme? Let me see you, man.
Salute. Big Skeme in the house.
What up?
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
The 3-yard king. Yes, you do, doodle, motherfuckers.
Illmatic, baby. Illmatic.
Bronx Harlem in the house.
All right,
it's Skeme.
Yo, Theme gets a bit excitable, man. He gets a bit excitable.
Brother Skeme.
I'm gonna get some ice, man. Hold up for my drink.
All right.
Get your ice, man. Get your ice, because it's gonna get
oh, man, y'all just had a good lunch, man.
Yeah?
All right.
Good. Everybody listening, this is Arms House to your mum's house. Maddie's gone to get his ice. We have Senor, Sergeant Major, General Selector Don Skeme in the house, all the way from New York.
All right.
There he is, Maddie's back. Yo, you got a little table? Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to set this damn thing up. All right, we getting there. Get your ass sit right there.
So I'm telling that motherfucker. Come on,
right,
Skeme. Come on, Skeme.
All right, we a little better. Trying to think how I can get some more light. Now, how's that fan? Is the fan bothering you?
I'm not too bothered by it, man. It's like a helicopter above you, you know what I mean?
Right. This shit is hovering, man. It's the ghetto bird.
The ghetto bird.
We should have played that song.
Yeah.
Straight after this. Shit.
All right.
Yo, did you get my playlist, my music list?
I did, but I didn't manage to have time to download all of them, man. But I downloaded.
Man, what you got? What you get?
I got the Spoonie G and the Big Daddy Kane one, man. Yeah, we can check that out as well. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 53, a very special episode of Arms House to Your Mum's House.
I'll bring Arms House to your mum's house.
That's the name of the pod. We got the inimitable King SKEME in the house.
3-yard king, baby. What's going on, y'all?
Salute, brother, man. I'm
certified Don is on the pod.
Man. So tell me about that, man. From the Arms House to your mom's house. What that mean?
Well, well, that's kind of like the reason
we're bringing arms, Skeme. We're bringing arms. I know what you know what it is. Bringing arms. We're bringing arms to their mother's house.
Oh, okay.
But it's a joke, man. We're not bringing any arms to anybody's house.
Okay, yeah, you know, mothers is
back in the day,
man.
Yo, back in the day in London, people used to say when they were being serious that we're going to bring arms to, an arms house. We're going to bring arms.
Well, actually,
we just pulled it back.
Arms House to Your Mum's House is actually from a grime song. You know, hip hop and it developed into grime here, which was influenced as well from like dance music, from garage music and stuff. And there was an artist called Demon, and he did a song called "I'll bring Arms House to Your Mum's house. I'll bring arms." It's just a funny phrase that we always thought was jokes. But yo, we got Skeme in the place. We're gonna list some tunes. We're gonna review some graffiti pics. We're gonna review some.
I'm really excited about that bit.
Yeah.
We got Big Skeme in the house to review some of these pictures, man.
All right, no hard feelings now. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings, you little pussies. But if Skeme says you're a toy, that's it.
Exactly.
The career's over, blood. Career's gone.
No, I'm gonna try to refrain from using that word, man.
Well, yo,
you don't have to, man. This is Arms House, bruv. You want to bring it, you bring it.
Let's do it. That's the last. Toy is the last resort.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
But yo, let's kick it off.
That's when we know.
let's kick it off with this one here.
What'd you do last night? We did 2 whole
Most
cars.
Def.
It was me,
Yeah.
Dez, and me 3, right? And on the first car in small letters it said, "All you see is," and then, you know, big, you know,
big
block silver letters, it said "crime in the city," right? It just took up the whole, yeah, it was a whole car.
Look, Beam can't handle it.
Oh man, this is my youth.
The new moon rode high in the crown of the metropolis, shining like who on top of this? People was tussling, arguing and bustling. Gangsters of Gotham, hardcore hustling. I'm wrestling with words and ideas. My ears is pricked, seeking what will transmit. The scribes can apply the transcript. Yo, this ain't no time where the usual is suitable. Tonight alive, let's describe the inscrutable, the indisputable. We New York, the narcotics, draped in metal and fiber optics. We're mercenaries is paid to trade hot Stockton for profits. Thirsty criminals dig pockets. Hard knuckles on the second hands of working class watches. Skyscrapers is colossus. The cost of living is preposterous. Stay alive, you pay or die, no options. No Batman.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't want to listen to the whole tune, but yo, obviously that's got the classic quote from, you know, the "all you see is crime in the city," and that.
Yeah, we gotta start to rock some straight letters. This one came out alright, right? That's, you know, yeah, that's the first. That's about the 3rd Skeme piece I did. This shit, and that's the TikTok I did in Gun Hill. What'd you do last night? We did 2 whole cars. It was me, Dez, and me 3, right? And on the first car in small letters it said, "All you see is," and then, you know, big, you know, block silver letters it said "crime in the city," right? It just took up the whole car. Yeah, it was a whole car and shit. Then it was a, you know, a scroll, like, you know, one of those scrolls. And then on the next car, it was the Skeme and it had, you know, a cop character and shit, you know, a police nigga with a stick, you know, and a badge. What designs you put around the
Society should go down in the subway and lock them all up because they don't have any business down there. It is dangerous down there. People that work down there 25 and 30 years have accidents. But his contention is that he's immortal, I guess, like most 17-year-olds are immortals, right?
Well, it's a matter of getting a tag on each line and each division. You know, you go, it's called going all city. People see your tags in Queens, uptown, downtown, all over.
I can only laugh to keep from crying because what happens is that I don't really think he knows how silly that sounds. He's going all city. I mean, to what end? And when I ask him, he says to me, well, just so people see it and they know who I am. Nobody knows who he is, and so they see it. And so
no, it's not a matter of so they know who I am.
So they see it, and then after they see it, so what?
It's a matter of bombing, knowing that I can do it, you know? Every time I get in the train, almost every day I see my name. I say, yeah, you know what, I was there, I bombed it. It's a matter, it's for me, it's not for nobody else to see. I don't care about nobody else seeing it, or the fact if they can read it or not. It's for me and other graffiti writers that we can read it. All these other people who don't write, they're excluded. I don't care about them. You know, they don't matter to me. It's for us.
That movie, Star Wars, brought graffiti to so many people around the world. I just thought maybe some memories you could share of the process of the making of that movie, and obviously your lovely mum, and that dynamic was incredible that they captured that.
That's like a part. We're in our early 40s, man. That movie and that kind of the real beginning of the culture, that's like ingrained in us, yo. I know every word you said. I could say it backwards. I know every, you know, we love that fucking shit.
It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, but it defines culture. It defines a subculture, like, because it's your actual youth, man. I mean, I love back in the days where we're from. We always talk about back in the days, but where you're from. The kind of back in the days for you was like the fucking, when Graff was starting to blow up on the trains and shit. I mean, it was like the actual hardcore fucking moment of all time in history and never come again, never be repeated. You were in it. You know what I mean? And that film captured your youth in it. You must be well pleased with that shit, man.
Yeah, you know, it's 50% luck, you know.
Well, I don't know about luck, because your style, they couldn't not include you, surely. I mean, how big was the Graff scene back then, man?
But when I say luck, I mean far as the time period, because you know, there was a lot of other fantastic time periods. There was a time period right before us, which, oh, by the way, that time period is what actually spawned the term Style Wars, right? right? And that was the style wars basically going on between TMT crew and the Def Squad. Okay. And so that's what that was the real style, the spawning of the style wars, right? So yeah, there was a lot of other fantastic eras, man. That's what I'm saying. We just got lucky enough to be prevalent and up at the time when filming started.
Yo.
Right. So if that's 50% is the luck, but the other 50% is we put in the work. That's why we was around. That's why we was up.
Yeah.
That's why we was in there, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. And like, what about like your first interactions? Was it Henry Chalfant and Martha Cooper, and who else was involved in that movie, man?
Well, Martha Cooper, she really wasn't in the Style Wars movie. Now she was out there, of course, doing her thing, documenting with the flicks, but the movie itself was more so Henry Chalfant and another guy who's passed away now, Tony Silver.
That's it.
So they were the two main ones, producers of Style Wars.
I also heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that was funded by Channel 4, a UK channel, or am I mistaken? I remember hearing that somewhere.
Oh, if that's true, I don't know about that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Do
know
you still watch it? Do you watch your clips in it ever? Do you go back just to watch a piece of history and think, shit, that's me, son?
Now, I don't really. It's rare that I would sit down just for me, but like if I'm trying to show somebody something or, reference the film, I might pull up the clip. But I don't sit down with a cup of tea and just watch Style Wars.
That's
I mean, I've seen it so many times, so.
No, of course, man. And you probably can't avoid it for people like tagging you and stuff and sending you stuff. I bet, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me. You listen, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't, want to be remembered and go down in history and have your name in lights, but then get upset when, people paparazzi you. You know what I'm saying? You can't you can't have it both ways. Either you want fame or you don't want fame. There's no in between.
No, exactly. But back to Tony Silver and Henry Chalfant, your first interactions with them when they told you about the idea of the movie, and like, what were you thinking back then? Were you like, yo, man, I'm just bombing, son? Or were you like, oh shit, this is interesting?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, my interaction wasn't so much with Tony. It was more so with Henry, of course, because we had already been going to his studio, checking out the flicks. Of course, everybody knows he had an extensive a train pick collection. And so, we was already parlaying on that level about the flicks and Graff and, other things. We talked about other things. But even when it came with the idea of the film, like I always say, at that age, 16, 17, you don't really think that it's going to manifest, that it's going to happen. And if it does happen, you may be in the film for 2 seconds and, who knows, maybe it'll be a flash in the pan. People are watching, maybe they won't. You just don't know at the time. So, we weren't acting, and I like to say that Style Wars was kind of like the predecessor to the first reality TV show because we weren't acting. We were just, going through our daily routine. I'm sure there's a whole lot of lost footage, but we were just was what we did. It wasn't a front, it wasn't an act, it wasn't a show, it was no script. It was just a question, to answer the question, and say what's on your mind.
Such a brilliant time of your life. When you were in that, when it was being filmed, were you thinking good? Because at the moment I'm fucking up. Like I'm all lines. Was it a really, really good period for you when they were filming it? Were you fucking full of confidence thinking, yeah, boy, I got fucking burners everywhere?
Well, listen,
or were you thinking, shit.
When I started writing, I came out the gate hot. When I as soon as I started kinging immediately, right? My toy period was very small, right? My toy period was very small, right? Yeah, we should have some shots, man. We should take a shot every time somebody says toy. But my toy period was very short. I caught on relatively quick. I had I mean everything was just right, man. The conditions was right. It was just a perfect storm, man. And we just took advantage of it.
One of those times where everything's come together at the right point. It couldn't be better.
Yeah. But you got to be willing. You got to be ready, willing, and able to take advantage when it comes, right? So that's why we say 50% luck, right? But then you got to be bold. You know what I'm saying? Only the bold win. You got to be bold. You got to take risks. You got to take chances. And if you want to get up and you want to king shit, you got to go. It's like a job.
and actually pushing forward the styles. You know, there was obviously phase 2 who was incredibly influential. I've been told, you know what I mean? You can correct me if I'm wrong. And like people like
that's not a correction you get from me. Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. What about, I've got a list of shit here to ask you, man. One of them is Dondi the best writer of all time?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, who would you say?
Who is?
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Like, you know, like who was the nastiest person? Yo, that changed from minute to minute, from time to time, from piece to piece, right? And so no person was possibly could be the nastiest of all time. There's guys that's painting now that's nastier and surpass things that we did 40 years ago. So no, Dondi is absolutely not the best writer of all time. I don't even know who came up with that.
I mean, it's all, but he was good though. He was damn good, no?
Of course he was good.
Yeah.
Of course he was good. But the thing is, you got to understand, right?
Yeah, but Skeme, all those people burning now, they wouldn't have done shit if it wasn't for pieces like this from this era here.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But the same is true for us, right? There was somebody that came before us, right? You know, that sparked the ideas. It was the riffs and the phases, right?
Yeah.
And really the chain, you know, like the chain threes, right? See, this one to come in where you got to understand and know your history, right? So you understand Dondi's influence was chain 3. Okay, and so and so that's one of the downfalls of Style Wars, because Style Wars can give lay people an idea that graffiti started with the people
those
you
times
see in the movie, which is absolutely not true.
Yeah.
And was this a time, it was around about a time, I mean, I remember even in the 90s, people calling hip hop culture a fad. Like, oh, it's just a phase, you know, it's going to disappear. I can't even imagine in the 70s, and you know what I mean, in the early 80s and stuff. Like,
right.
What were you?
But when you say people, like what people? Because we wasn't saying that.
No, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was other people, like, you know what I mean. And so at the time, you knew this was deep and this weren't going nowhere. This was here to stay. Or did you not really realize the scale of what was going to happen?
Well, you know, the thing about creatives, right, is that we don't think in those terms, because we're not thinking about the future, right?
Yeah.
We're only creating in the moment. We're not even worrying about will it last, right? Because if I know I'm a wizard, right, and I'm a wizard, and I know that, I mean, why would my magic not be working tomorrow, right? If I'm a wizard, why would my magic not be working 3 years from now? I'm a wizard, right? So I'm not thinking in terms of this is going to stop or nothing. I'm just creating. I'm just whatever's coming out of my mind and shooting out of my hand. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, like, and also, like graffiti, now it's an established art form, yeah? And out of all the art forms available to people, graffiti was started by kids, you know what I mean? Teenagers, you know what I mean? It's the only art genre created by kids, from my understanding, yeah? And like,
right.
that youthful energy is like to go out and write on something that doesn't belong, you know, other people's property or private, public property, like, you know, to have the audacity to do that. And write your name, like, it's kind of a youthful energy, you know what I'm saying? But
right. But even more, you know, not to you know, go away from your point, but even more important than the fact that it was started by kids is that the kids were the masters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, it's not a 40-year-old Pablo Picasso. It's not a 35-year-old Renoir and all these old cats. Right. So not only did we start it, right, but 16, 7-year-olds was the masters at it, right? And then later on, you know, you might have had a sprinkling of, you know, 19-year-olds, maybe here and there. You might have had 1 or 2 20-year-olds, but for the most part, it was, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, right? And then the higher you got, the less the numbers went. But the young kids was the master. So, you know, that's one of the things about the day. Today, the average age of the writer, to me, now I could be wrong, is much older. It's in the 20 to the 30s bracket, right?
Yeah.
And so even though guys is doing magnificent things, you're not necessarily doing that when you were 16 years old, and that's the difference, right?
Yo, that's a very fucking good point, man. And one thing definitely we want to get into here is like some of the kings you were writing with, and we love yard stories here, like stories about yard missions and whatnot. And here is, let me find a picture of him, man. Hold on one sec. The incredible Dez, rest in peace, man. DJ K Slay. He went on.
Yeah, that was my first partner.
Yo, have you got like a recollection of a yard story maybe that with you and him, something crazy happened?
I got a whole lot. I got a whole lot of yard stories.
Yeah, yo,
but,
hit me up.
Let's hear a yard story.
One I talked about in an article I did, so even this was written, but now we're talking. The way we met was, I live right by the 3 yard, and see, Dez was from Spanish Harlem. He was from a little further downtown over on the east side, from East River Houses.
Because you grew up in Harlem, no?
Yes, I grew up in Harlem, like 100 feet from the 3 yard, literally, not with no exaggeration. And I mean, you can walk out my front door and the yard is right there to your right. You can get into the yard right there to your right, even though we didn't usually use that entrance. But anyway, Dez was brought over to the 3s by another writer, because see, Dez was more of a 6 writer, because he lived on the east side, so he used to hit the 6s. But a writer named Paul One, who was at the time was the president of a crew called BGA, Bad Graffiti Artists, he went to school with Dez, and he brought Dez over to the 3 yard. Now, I didn't know any of these guys at the time, but I had just started writing, and prior to the 3 yard,
you're painting by yourself.
Well, yeah. I came to the yard by myself, and when I got there, they were painting. It was Paul One, Dez, and maybe and Blazer, right? Who that's one of the pieces that you might see a Henry Chalfont shot, which is a Skeme and Blazer piece with the Charlie Brown in the middle, the 2 B-boys on the end.
Yeah.
I'll find that for the edit when I edit this, man. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. And so when I got there, they were there. I didn't know any of them, because it's my first time going to the 3 yard. The other yard I went to, not a yard, but was the 1 tunnel, was the first place that I hit. And so, of course, the 3 yard being 100 feet from my house, it's only natural that you're going to venture over and check it out.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And so I went and I saw them, and they said, yo, but I was already getting up on the insides and around the block, in the neighborhood. Now, the thing about the 3s, if you hear anybody tell you at that particular time period that they was kinging the 3s and the 1s on the inside, they lying to you, because that shit was bomb. I mean, these was tags left over from 2, 3 years prior, where they weren't buffing, and you literally had to like find, sometimes make spots, right?
Yeah, we've seen the photos, man. Yeah, we've seen that, like that, the famous one with the 2 policemen either side, and then just everything
that's
Bronx.
what it looked like.
Yeah,
right. That's exactly what it looked like. So if anybody tell you, yo, I kinged that, look, see this is why you gotta know your history and your time periods and all of those other good things. But anyway, so I was up around the block, and I had some tags on the inside. And so when I went over there, they introduced themselves. And when you first meet writers, of course, that nobody wants.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants to
in the yard. This is in the fucking yard as well.
Yes, this is in the yard. And of course, I surprised them, because at this time nobody was really going to the 3 yard. They had the full run of the yard. So when I came in through the fence, I crossed a couple of things. And when you come in, you can smell the paint, right? So I could smell the paint, and then if you stop and listen, you can kind of hear cans rattling, rocks shuffling, and all of that. So I climbed through, and I saw them. And, after a bit of like talking, we introduced ourselves. And Paul said, he wrote Paul One, and he was the president of BGA, and he asked me what I wrote, and I said I wrote Skeme. And he said, oh, yeah, I seen that around.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yo, can you piece? And I said, yeah, but really I was lying, because I had never pieced before.
You just had bombing paint.
Yeah, I was mostly insides at the time. He asked me if I could piece, right? That's the hole right there. He asked me if I could piece, and I said, yeah, but really I couldn't. But the way this thing is about bravado, and you never say, no, I cannot. You always say, yes, I can, right?
Oh, yeah.
So boom, he was like, okay, check this out. Yo, get some paint and come back, meet us here next weekend, same spot, same time. And I want you to, he said, I want to see you do a piece with my man Blazer. That's when he introduced Blazer. So I took that week as a store a few blocks away from my crib, maybe about 4 blocks of Woolworths. They don't even have Woolworths anymore. And
Woolworths.
Yeah, we had Woolworths here.
We
but
used to have
gone.
that in a long time ago, but yeah.
But they didn't sell paint. Did they sell paint? Yeah, maybe Hobbycraft
they
paint.
had Red Devil.
Yeah.
They used to have Red Devil.
Red Devil.
And, we didn't get that shit here. Yeah.
Man, that's some of the best paint. But so of course I took that week, and not only that, I had never racked paint before. So this is my first time racking paint. So I go in there and boom, I racked a few cans, maybe about 8 cans or something like that. And listen, I thought I was on top of the world. I had 8 cans. I thought I was like Scarface.
Yeah, boy.
So I racked these cans, and I went to the yard the next weekend, and maybe I got another couple days. I think I took maybe about 14 cans or something like that the first time. Had a big shopping bag, and I get there, and sure enough, they're there, almost in the exact same spot. And he was like, "Yo, you ready?" And he was like, "Yo, I didn't even know that I have to do an outline. Like, you understand this? I'm so brand new.
Shit, this is like when you're first getting into
This is my
Graff.
first piece, right? I'm thinking, I didn't know what to think. Like, I really didn't even think that far ahead. Because I was so
this is the beginning of Skeme.
Listen, I was so excited about going. I didn't think through the whole shit. I was just, okay, I got the paint. I'll meet them at the yard. But when I got there, right, they was like, yo, what paint? And they had some bags too. And, we all opened our bags. They said, let me see what you got. So I opened my bag, and I had some Red Devils. They was like, oh, yo, you bought these? I was like, nah, I fucking racked them. You know what I'm saying? and that makes me think that they bought theirs, but I don't know.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, so we looked through the colors and everything. He said, okay, yo, I want you to do a piece with my man Blazer right here. And they was like, yo, you got your outline? And I was like, outline?
Outline.
Outline. And he's like, yo, you ain't doing outline? And I was like, nah. And then he asked Blazer, he was like, yo, you got an outline? And Blazer was like, nah, I ain't got no outline. So boom, I made up both the outlines right there on the spot. I drew everything from off the top of my head. I did my outline, his outline. I did the 2 B-boys on the end.
No way.
Basically, I did the whole car. Okay.
Yeah.
But
well, had you not even sketched letters out before, like block letters or anything? Oh shit! And just your first time was on a train.
Yeah, because I was just doing inside.
Yeah,
right. It really didn't even dawn on me to start piecing at this point. I was just doing inside.
So
I just happened to run into them.
But so were you like naturally talented anyway at just drawing in general, like faces,
drawing, like you're a good artist?
Yeah. I guess you could say I had a penchant for it, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
And
you must have been good at drawing, man, because throwing up something on the train your first time with nozzles, with people looking at you, people you don't even know, you must have been thinking,
I'm telling you, this is I'm not making this up. This is exactly how it happened. Oh, the one part that I was mistaken about is when I told you the first time, Dez wasn't there the first time. He was there this time that I'm telling you about now. So when I came. And they didn't tell me he was doing a piece on the car, but I think he was doing a Spade. He wasn't even doing a Dez at the time because he used to write Spade 429.
Yeah, Spade.
And he didn't speak. Everybody else was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he didn't speak. He just kept painting. So when me and Blazer started the car, when I first threw the outline up and everything, he came over, looked at the car like that, and then he just went. He didn't say nothing. He just went back to his piece and finished doing his piece.
Yeah.
And then boom, as we worked through the car, we knocking the car out and everything. And he came back a couple times, checking it out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but he was more advanced than me at the time. He was already piecing Dez was already piecing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so long story short, he looked at the piece and he, gave a little nod of approval. And we all dapped up and everything like that, and and after the piece, Paul Warren looked and he said, yo, I'm gonna put you down in my crew, BGA. And so they put me down in BGA right there on the spot.
Deep.
That's the least they could do, man. You just walked up on the whole carriage, painted every single thing on the car.
And so what would you do? What would be the normal process then after that mission, for example? Would you then go to the writer's bench and get flicks of it? Or were you heavy into documenting? I mean, this is, you said, as your first...
Okay, so let's talk a whammy. One of the whammies is the 3 train does not go outside.
Hold on, what's a whammy?
A problem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, the 3 train does not go outside. Like it doesn't go by the writer's bench. The only 2 trains that go by the writer's bench is the 2s and the 5s. Right, this is a whole nother line. And oh, by the way, the 3 train and the 1 train is in Manhattan. Right, it's in Manhattan.
Of course, and you're in Harlem.
Yeah, the 3 stops and terminates in Harlem at 148th Street, and they call it Lenox Terminal because that's kind of where it starts. But actually, the opening to it is up on 7th Avenue. Okay. So yeah,
So you'd have to take flicks of it in the yard, or at the train station, or like where would you go?
Get flicks. However, you can also there's some famous shots of 3 trains coming out. We kind of realize we can catch them sitting off the parking lot of the buildings, right? See, the 3 train is right next to these buildings called Esplanade Gardens, which is what me and my mother lived in. And so they had a parking lot, and you can go sit up on the parking lot. As a matter of fact, where you see us filming, where it says, yo, what you do last night, that's where we sitting at.
Oh, shit.
Oh, really?
All right. And so if you look down there, you can, get shots of the train right before it goes. Like you only got a couple seconds to catch it. It's coming out of the tunnel, and then it disappears into the yard, and you can catch it 1 second right there. Boom. If you're good enough. And oh, by the way, you got to have a good camera with a good shutter speed and all that to catch it, not blurry and everything.
No,
so no bench. However, now there's a silver lining to every cloud. The 3s periodically change to 1 trains, and 1 trains do go outside, and you can get photos of them at 125th Street and Broadway. That's another benching spot for the Broadway. That's the benching spot, 125th and Broadway. Okay, and so we were benched there. But my point about the 3s is that I want you to think about this. There's so many cars that we did on the 3s that we never got pictures of because they never switched over to the 1s. Some of them never went to the 1s. And so
you mean it's the same train, it's the same stock, but they switch it to the 1 line, where that 1 line's that circuit there.
Well, at a certain point, they both run down 7th Avenue. When you get to 96th Street, though, the 1 switches off and goes up Broadway. See, the 1 train is the local, the 3 is the express. And at 96th Street is where they coming uptown, they split, but going downtown, they're going in the same direction for a certain amount of time. And then the 1 switches off going down to Battery Park. And then the 3, back in those days, the 3 used to go to Flatbush. And the 2 used to go to New Lots. But now, don't ask me why they switched. Now the 3 goes to New Lots and the 2 goes to Flatbush. I don't know why they switched.
Damn. All right, yo, listen, I would love to review some classic London trains, man. Yeah, we got a few here. There's a guy. How familiar are you with the London scene at all? I mean, I don't know.
First of all, man, I'm not that good with it, but listen, it don't matter, man. Style is style. Let's see what it look like.
Yeah. Okay, so I got this off this is a writer. He wrote Cast. For me, he's one of my favorites. K-A-S-T.
All right, now check this out. Let me tell you some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I used to have a little partner.
Yeah.
And guess what he wrote?
Oh shit.
Cast.
He wrote Cast. He wrote Cast 1.
Damn. Well,
now he was young, and the reason that I stopped taking him is because one night I was getting raided, and they pulled the train out on me, and the DTs was coming through the car, and I had to jump out in between cars so that I didn't pull into the next station, and I almost died doing that, but I didn't die. But anyway, when I hit the rocks in the yard, it basically peeled all the skin off of both of my hands.
Yeah.
So when I went to my man house, live up on my man Ray on the 20th floor, yo, he cleaned up my hands and put bacitracin and all kinds of mercurochrome and all kinds of shit on and bandages, right? But after that, I would not take my little man no more because I didn't want to be responsible for this guy getting hurt. Like, let me see, if I was 15 at the time, he was probably like 11.
Damn, yeah, of course.
And so that right there, that incident gave me a wake-up call, and I basically I stopped taking them. But he used to write Cass 1.
Wow.
Oh, by the way,
that's a mad coincidence.
let's go to some hip hop history.
Yeah.
So Cass 1 is also one of the members of Mob Style, which is off the record deal, which is with AZ from Paid in Full.
Oh shit.
Okay, yeah, he's one of the members of Mob Style, and his name is Whip Wop.
Stop the violence, must live in peace and silence. I come to solve the problem.
What you talking about, A?
132 Harlem, torture for crack, 12-year-old kid kidnapped. What's going on, Black?
I don't know for sure, but Rich ain't go out like that.
Yeah, cause he was too clever. He kept the 9 and vest underneath the lever. It had to be.
Whip Wop. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm writing this down.
Whip Wop, that's Cass 1.
Yo.
Hey, yo, Whip.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, Mobster be keeping it real and everything. Why ain't y'all never kick no honey?
Maybe we ain't find the right girl.
Maybe you ain't give her a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up, man. But yo, so if you could cast your eye on Cast here, what kind of pops out to you? What do you think about this piece you're looking at here, man? Can you see it okay?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would say that is definitely in line with a New York, for lack of a better term, a New York style.
100%.
This is something that if it would have ran back in the days, you would not have been able to tell that this cat was from another country. I'll put it to you like that. It would have fit in with what we were doing for the most part.
Oh man, like the New York influence on London style was, you know, palpable, man. It was huge, you know?
Right.
But oh yeah, I got another one here. This is another one. This is from 1980s London Train Graffiti on Instagram. I just wanted to shout him out. This is another classic Cast piece. Just like the balance of it. This guy's style, I'm still biting this guy to this day, man. I love this dude's style, man.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but he loving the Skeme S's and K's. I see.
Definitely influence.
Yeah. But that's okay though. But that's okay. You know, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? See, there's a fine line between biting and influence, right? We're all influenced, right? And you know, influence is like somebody's style is like a springboard for back, you know, like it kind of gets you started, get you jump started. But at a certain point, you know, you got to branch off and kind of make, you know, do your own thing and make it look like your own thing.
Well, yo, talking about doing your own thing, what about this train here? This came out, I think this was in 1998.
Yeah, 98.
It says, can you read it first? Can I ask Skeme? Maybe, I don't know, to see your eye.
Well, listen, I could lie and say that I didn't see it said YEAH, but I'm not a liar. Right?
All right, sweet.
I know it's right?
Yeah, it says, yeah.
I got a pet peeve. See, I'm also, not only am I a letter guy, but I'm a color guy, right?
Yeah.
And one of my pet peeves about pieces is that the fill-in cannot make the letters disappear, right? Because the whole point is for when you sitting at the bench or you in the street and this shit go over the L or go by, yo, they got to be able to read it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not necessarily everybody's motivation, like that people can read it. I mean, I know what you're getting at, and of course,
no, but I'm talking about for writers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about for writers, right? See, here's the thing. Now I'm talking about lettering. Of course, you can manipulate letter forms, right? But you can't use it to the point where if your letters are so bad, you can just blame that on, oh, well, I'm just doing my own thing. No, listen.
Yeah.
A still got to look like an A. A B still got to look like a B. Like, you cannot transform letters so much to the point where it doesn't even look like
there's
the
no
letter.
point. Yeah.
No, of
right?
course,
Because if that's allowed, then people can just write anything and say, yo,
any kind of shit.
That's right. Right? But my problem with this particular piece is not even in the lettering. It is the color and fill-in choice that makes the letters disappear. So I don't even get a chance to really appreciate the letters because I'm too busy trying to decipher what the letter is.
No, okay, yo, fair. I mean, this is a classic train
This
here
is
in London.
This is a guy who used to be very, very, very up and known. So there's a lot of that where all of us would recognize the letters in the outline straight away because he's so up. You know
we know,
right?
It's interesting to hear that because a lot of people, they love this piece because of the black going in it. You know, if you put black in a piece, especially white outline, that's going to be a little bit dangerous. You have to pull it off. People think this one is one of
really,
those
black
ones
is
that
one of the
pulls it
only
off.
solutions to making a white outline pop, even if it's just big pieces here and there. Because a white outline will, first of all, a white outline alone. See, here's another thing. You brought up a good point. So now we got the crazy fill in, right? But then that's on top of a white outline.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
the
it gets
letters
lost in the shuffle.
letters is kind of disappearing to me and almost undecipherable. If you look at the Y, take your finger if you can and trace for me. Show me the Y. I mean, I can see that part, but show me the Y.
And there. Can you see the mouse moving like that?
Yes.
So there's one there, and then they're going down like that.
Okay, so it's like a small regular Y, not with style. With style like a regular Y.
It's just crossing over like that.
A normal regular Y, yeah.
Okay, I could take that, but I still got to go with what I said about the colors is detracting from his letters.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, man. And yo, you were right when you said you were going to be harsh. Yo, and I love it.
That's what I said.
I love it.
We love it.
Let me see what else.
Buddy, has somebody sent their own sketches in to be critiqued?
Yes,
but
there is.
But let me say this though. Let's be clear. See, there's a big difference between what I said. Listen, if I want to say the piece is whack, see, that's something different.
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we know.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, that's like saying toy. But I reserve that for when it's actually whack. Like, and again, I also understand.
What do you think about this one?
Okay, let's see what we talking about. Okay, you want me to read
Underground?
Nah, this one's difficult.
No.
To read.
We'll just tell you. But this is one of the pioneers in our sort of game in the London Underground. So that's the metropolitan system that goes underground and shit.
That's it. Yeah, you got it. It's FAME and ism. Fame ism.
And ism. Okay, yeah, I see the I. Then okay, got you.
Yeah, you got it straight away, King. But we're saying, what do you think, man? We like those trains, the big white trains like that, the big grey trains. Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah. Go for it, man.
I'm gonna tell you what problem I would have with this piece if anything.
Yeah.
In some places, and the reason I know this is because it's a trick that I did. When I first started piecing, I was not able to make the can. Let's say if I'm doing a letter, right, and the letter comes to a point like this, I was not. My can control wasn't to the point where I could make the letter stop, the line stop right there. Right. So a lot of times the line would extend over.
We'll go over, yeah.
Right. And you know what I used to do at that point? I would take and make a shine over it.
Yeah, to cover it up.
To cover it up. Okay. So as I'm looking at this piece, I see a lot of spots where possibly it looked like the line is really not complete. Right. So let me give you an example. Look down in the M in ism, and you see the middle part that comes down on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Don't come down to the middle part that's coming down to the V. Now go down to that corner, right there in that corner.
Here.
You see how the highlight goes over the outline?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I love the way you spot that in seconds. We give you like a massive piece, the whole car. You're like, yo, let me tell you about this piece, motherfucker. Straight away. You still got it, baby. Straight
but
away.
I mean, the piece is the piece is, first of all, the piece is not whack, but you can see this is not, to me, it's not a person who's really accomplished yet. This is a person who's on his way.
Wow. Nah, this one I would say is deep into it, man. Look at the complications.
This was done ages ago.
This is in the 80s. Like... This is late 80s for sure. I don't know. Oh, maybe earlier, maybe mid 80s. It's true. But man, yeah, man. Okay, well, okay, you know what?
It's so interesting to hear your point of view. What about Big Ganja? But go back to Big Ganja.
All right, this is Ganja, top to bottom train.
Okay.
God
we
made us
unfortunately
to
lost
bomb.
this guy.
He passed away. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, where we love this old stock of train because you know why? Because we think it looks a little bit like the NY subway,
like the New York.
Back in the days when you had like
the windows, right?
That's exactly why we like
it. Here's another piece that definitely would have passed.
Yeah,
definitely gets the pass.
Right, and I don't mean get a pass, but would have passed for New York a framework, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a decent piece. It's a good piece, right?
Top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom.
That's a big train. Those trains are quite big. I'm a real
stickler. Let me tell you one of my stickler points is the shadow, right? is the shadow, right? And for me, shadows got to be like perfect. So like if you look at the let's look at the last A on the ganja at the bottom, right? On the lower left.
This bit.
No, on the right hand side. You see how we? No, on the right hand side. I mean, on the left side of the right leg. Now come down. You see how it looks like the shadows, like a little bit on
from the top middle going down a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The shadow.
Come over to the other side of the A.
You see how he's Maddie? He's on the inside shadow
at
the top of the A.
It looks kind of thick right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we real sticklers for that for shadows. Like shadow almost got to be perfect. Right?
Yeah, because that's not should be going down. It should be going down to there correct. And then there. That's correct. You're right.
God bless the dead, but yeah, that's correct.
But even when it's done in the yard, do you think you're looking for everything to be 100% pulling out of the fucking yards? Yeah.
That's what you like. That's part of the mastery, right? It's not even yes. The answer to that is yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yo, I got a friend.
Big Scheme said yes. You got to be perfect coming out of the fucking yards, motherfuckers.
Okay then. Let's turn the turn the camera onto this.
This photo sums up a whole culture. You got many of the some of the photos everyone knows about, yeah, that are the trains and the pieces and the colors and the outlines and everything's sick. Some of the photos for me, some of the best photos, the best moments in that kind of culture and in graffiti and when I'm doing it is the things that normal people wouldn't see. You know what I mean? When you're in yards or on track sides or walking down the tracks and stuff like that. And some of the most iconic when I'm with my friends and we're in some mad tunnel or something, we like those kind of photos. Some of the biggest photos in the game of that kind of thing, at least three of them are you in it. Yeah. One when you're running on top of the trains in the fucking yard. I think you're getting a chase or something. Maybe you can tell us about it.
That's not the yard. That's just in the station.
Oh shit!
It's in the station in the red t-shirt.
The train was pulling in and out. I just ran and jumped on the top.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. Oh yeah, that's a station. Yeah.
Ah shit.
But there's that photo. There's you about to go in the yard when you're crouching and there's the hole in the fence.
Yeah.
That's an iconic, man. You got to understand these kind of photos. And then obviously there's this photo.
Hold on. Look, you see this here? This highlight here? Look, where's the highlight here, man? Yo, that's it, man. Nah, man.
But check it out. This piece is full of errors.
All right, yeah.
This piece is full of errors. Right? So, listen, I'm just as hard on myself as I am on anybody's piece. You can look at the 3D on the top of the K.
Oh yeah, here we go. There.
Yeah.
Right there. Look at the 3D on the top of the M. Should be coming across.
There should be one there as well. Yeah. That's the worst thing when
we love it, Skeme, man.
You've gone. Now this is what I call nitpicking because like I said, we critique a lot of Graff on this pod and I call it nitpicking. Because I'll look at that piece, that Skeme, and go, yo, that's dope. It's sick. It's on a train. It's got like highlights. It's got schemes in it. It looks sick. It's got 3D. But then we go into the nitpicking. Then that's when I'm like, actually, yo, this bit's missing. This highlight.
Right, of course. However, you gotta understand, nitpicking is a new thing. Like we didn't nitpick back then. We only do that now because first of all, let me tell you what drives a lot of nitpicking is walls, right?
Yeah.
Because not only walls, but walls in the fact that now everybody has a camera on their phone, right? So now you can do a little piece. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a #1 offender of it. Like I could do my piece and then I'll take a picture of it and step back and look and see how it looks in the photo. Like it's sad to say, but you're almost more concerned how it looks in the photo than it does on the damn wall.
Yeah, 100%. That's a real issue nowadays, man. It's kind of fucked up. I agree with you, man, because you can admire a photo and nitpick exactly like you're saying, but nothing beats seeing it in live action, especially when it's on a train and especially when it's moving, man. Like just have it while it's moving. It's just it's a whole different fucking experience, man.
Yes.
I think we got another Skeme. This classic one here. When you did this one, I know you talk about it on Star Wars. what's kind of is there a story when you was in the yard actually painting this? Because this one inspired a lot of shit.
Significant. Man. You see that silver there, Crime in the City.
Yes.
For us, where we live in London in the UK. For anyone else who doesn't know, who's
West
listening.
London, yo.
Where
right,
the subway,
the
subway used to look a little like that, yeah, a little like that on a train called the Big Met, and the Little Mets used to look a little like that. Yeah, we had another line that was kind of like that, and that was when people were painting trains, you know, for us back in the day, which was like 80s, you know, 90s, and a lot of the silvers that we really like, clean, crisp, like you can see that the guy who wrote this is from the city, you know, that kind of essence of all of that kind of thing, and those kind of like aggressive militant letters like, yo, this is crime in the city. A lot of the dubs we've done, silvers that we've done over here in London have taken a lot, and I mean a lot of inspiration from this silver here, man. Okay. This silver here, man, this is it, you know what I mean? Yes. For us, this is fucking it. Yeah. Well, for me, like 100%. And yo, you were doing pieces, and we were just talking about arrows and highlights and blah blah blah. But for me, this is like damage. You know what I mean? This is you going out and properly doing your thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, let's give respect where respect is due. Mm-hmm. First of all, I did not do this piece.
We were just saying.
I was just saying before you came on.
Is it Mean 3?
No, it's Dez.
Dez. Oh,
Big
shit.
Dez. There it is.
Okay.
D. I did not do this piece.
You did a scheme. You did a scheme. Did
the crime in the city.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well,
there we go. Nice it is.
If you look on the other car, you got the other car?
Fuck. I'll find it. I'll get
it now.
Obviously
got it in the book.
I'll get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, when you find it, you'll see in the left-hand side it says, "Rest in peace, Kevin Simmons."
Look, see, show him that train there. That train there,
that was
right there, Maddie.
Cousin.
What, this diabolical dubs? Yeah, this is that one there. That's
you see there? You see there, Skeme? You see that train where he's got the arrow?
That's diabolical scheme.
Yeah, diabolical dub stars. Yeah, man.
But you see those kind of letters and the silvers along the train like that?
Yes.
That all came from you guys, man.
Yeah, that's
and
from
we fucking train. Love it. We love it, Skeme. I'm trying to tell you how much I fucking love this, man. And
well, man, we love the job
like
doing
that.
It.
This one here,
like
right?
That.
Yes, that's the car.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll get it now. Yeah, so this train here, where is it? There it is. Boom. With the cop on the right-hand side. Crazy. Yes. Sweet. You could even see on Dez's E here and the Z compared to the, the crime in the city. You can tell.
I love how y'all say Z.
Z. Z, yo.
The Z, the Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you going to say? Sorry, on the right-hand side, R.I.P.
On the left.
Yeah, this cap is special dedication.
Dedication to Kevin Simmons. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was a policeman, right? No,
that was Dez's cousin.
Ah, okay.
And he had just got murdered.
Damn.
Right? And so he hit me. He was like, "Yo, man, my cousin got killed." He was like, "Yo, I want to go to yard and do a piece for him." And so, we went to the car. We talked about it, and what we was gonna put, and we was just talking, getting cheapered up and thinking about what we was gonna do, and it was just like, "Yo, man, there's a lot of all the crime in the city," and I was like, "Word, all you see is crime in the city," and we was like, "Yo, that's it," and that's what we did.
That's deep, man.
All you see is crime in the city.
And what you must have done a lot of mistakes on your piece, because look how many shines you got on there, man. You're covering up there.
Well, that was the shine era.
Yeah.
No, but at this point, man. I wasn't even making. I wasn't. I'm past that mistake point at this point.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit. So, what was this piece done when you were? How long does it take? This is a big question. How long does it take back then in that era to King New York to become to be all city across all?
Well, of course
into the
let's talk about all city. Now, I saw somebody the other day post something. I ain't gonna say no names because number one, I can't really remember who it is. and I don't want to misquote, but somebody said something to the effect of all city means every line, and that's not true.
Just
All
getting into
city
the 5 boroughs, no?
Yeah, it just means that you up in all the four boroughs. Like Staten Island really wasn't a factor because they didn't have trains.
Right.
Right. There was no trains. Now they had some writers and they had some good style dudes out there, by the way. But truthfully, Staten Island really wasn't much in the equation in regard to the train era. Right. And when they talk about all city, they meant that you was up in Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Manhattan. It didn't mean that you hit every single line. Now, somebody tried to infer that, but that's not true.
No, no. So how long does that take?
All city, the term all city comes from, basketball tournaments.
Oh,
right? That was a term with like the Gauchos, like it was like Harlem and the Bronx basketball team that had the Gauchos, right?
Yeah.
And they play all over the city, and that was a term used in relation to basketball, and it somehow floated over to the terminology floated over into Graff.
Because it sounds nice, man. Being all city sounds nice.
Right.
You know what? Actually, I was going to ask you a question about the terminologies in Graff. I heard that a lot of the terminologies used, like tag, bombing, missions, it came from military lingo, like from Vietnam vets or something. I have no idea, but I remember hearing that. What's the validity of that, man?
Well, I would say that's not true.
Okay.
I would say different phrases came from a lot of different things. Now, I wasn't there, but I would guess, for example, if you think about time periods, a popular show at the time was what? Mission Impossible. Okay.
Right.
And
Sorry, yeah.
That's right. And one of the most famous, writing crews is what? Mission Graffiti. MC Boys, right?
Yeah.
And so then if you break that down, then you just got the word mission. So, these words come from all different types of places, but I doubted that people was coming back from Vietnam and influencing writing.
And telling their kids,
I was just thinking, dog tags, like dog tags. I remember hearing that from someone, but anyway, yeah. Like, okay, because you obviously have been in the military, you know what I mean? And it was Veterans Day yesterday, right?
Yeah. But let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Unless I preface it with, I know or whatever, I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that's very important, like, because sometimes people get a microphone in front of their face and they start talking like they're the fucking Wizard of Oz and they know everything, and it's not true. Like, a lot of this stuff is up for I can only give you my interpretation. Now, things that I can give you facts on is like, I was there and we did this.
I was there. I bombed it.
That's right.
I bombed it.
These are the type of things factual things on, right? But when you start talking about where does such and such come from, for example, the term throw up, you could talk to one person and one person to tell you throw up means, they called it a throw up because you threw it up there quick. You can talk to another person and,
I've heard that.
They called it throw ups because it looked like shit. It looked like vomit.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
So, you got to always be wary of somebody that's telling you something 100%, unless it was somebody like FaZe who was there from the very beginning. Johnny come latelys like me, 3 and 4th generation writers, unless it's something that was passed down to me from a mentor who I trusted, for example, like FaZe, because he told me some things that I'll never repeat.
Wow.
Because they're not for the general public, so to speak. But unless you receive it from a person like that, a lot of these things are just,
you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
Did you do? What have you got interesting mission story you did with FaZe 2, man? Because for people, because we got a lot of younger people who listen to this podcast, getting into graffiti and whatnot. Like I said, they send in pictures and stuff. FaZe 2. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. He was like, if you're going to do a pyramid of influences, man, he's like right at the top, man. When it came to the arrow, when it came to the stars, like things that just standard procedure in graffiti, this came from FaZe 2. What was he like, man? Because obviously he passed away not too long ago, man. And yeah, so I don't know. What was your...
FaZe 2. Why the 2?
2 for forever, man, ongoing, you know. Which means like 1 is a beginning and 2 is another step, so. But, you know, and Athanasian 2 means forever, so, you know, it's spelled another way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, God bless the dead, man. He was exactly as he appeared. Right? There was nothing fake about him. He didn't have a facade for one group and a facade for another group. He was exactly the way he appeared, enigmatic, super intelligent, super insightful, super thoughtful, super talented.
He didn't like the term graffiti. He didn't like that word. He said aerosol art.
Because he was of the, you know, I know y'all know the story. He was of the era when it was talked about in the newspaper, and the reporter used the term graffiti, but of course he was using it in a denigrating, condescending way.
Yeah.
Not right. And so, you know, but I go a little bit deeper on that, and I say, after, you know, knowing Phase and thinking about it, to admit that graffiti was less than would have to be to admit or acknowledge that or agree with that his very existence was less than, right? Because if his art form, if our art form came out of the quote unquote ghetto, burnt up buildings, rocks, glass, right? That was our paradise. Like we thrived in that. I mean, you see the pictures of kids out there flipping on the mattresses and shit.
That's what you do.
Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairways and they just don't care.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't see nobody sitting down on the curb with their hands between with their head between their legs and hands and just crying and feeling sorry for themselves. Right? Right? You see people thriving and being creative, inventing, and everything that's popular in culture came out of the black ghetto. Point blank, period. There's no way to get around that, right? And we got to watch these common narratives now today with other groups starting to try to take credit, talking about they was there from the beginning. Yo, listen, these things came out of the black ghetto.
Yeah, man. Yo, Skeme, can you put your camera
100, 100.
Can you put your camera so we can see you? Sorry, brother, man. But yeah, I agree with you, man. People always try and change the narrative or whatnot. I mean, I have heard that Puerto Ricans were heavily involved early on. But I don't know.
But see, you was good until you used the word heavily.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Of course, we got our Charlie Chases, right? Of course, we got those. But that's one out of how many?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's one out of how many? Right? Of course, Charlie Chase is down by law with the Cold Crush. That's not. I'm not saying he wasn't there. But these things, I want you to think about this.
And big up Crazy Legs as well. I think
of course, big up Crazy Legs. But we got to be careful, because when we start talking, see, there's a difference between from the beginning and at the beginning. Okay? From the beginning means that you was there nearly after it started. That's not the same as at the beginning. That's not the same as you invented it. That's not the same as you started it. Right? And we got to be careful. Now, it's unfortunate that we even have to talk about this, right? And the only reason that we have to talk about it is because people come along years later and they start to try to say, oh, well, you know, it was these other. No.
They're talking shit.
See,
now we're going to talk about it, baby.
I was good just being universal and everybody, we was there. But then when you start trying to take me out of it, now I got to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Let's look at dances. Let's look at dances. Let's use dances, for example. The WAP, the Millie Rock, the Running Man, the oh my God, man, the Spank, the Patty Duke, all of these dances is created, and I use the term created for lack of a better term, because it's just black people just moving, and then somebody just
rhythm.
Yes, right. Like when that person, the first time Dougie Fresh did the Dougie, he didn't name it the Dougie, he was just moving, and then somebody said it's the Dougie. You understand? Dougie Fresh didn't stand in the mirror and do like that and say, "Oh,
no, of course not." Yeah.
He was just moving with his body, and then somebody named it. But let's go deeper. Name me one popular dance created by another group.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah,
you can't.
Popular. I can name other. I can name other. Yeah, but not popular like what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hip hop dances, like you talk about the spanking on the WAP and all these dances. These dances were just made up by black people just moving. Okay, and so we got to be careful. And so what happened is, it's funny you bring up FaZe, because once FaZe passed away, who was more or less a gatekeeper, because he was there from the beginning and was one of the last few people able to say, nah, that's not what happened. As soon as he died, now all these people coming out the woodwork talking about this, that, and the third.
Yeah, and there's no one to say what the fuck, we were there.
Yes, that's right. He was one of the few. He was one of the few left around. And now that he's gone, guess what? Every year the stories get wilder and wilder.
Man, yeah, it's the case with a lot of things, even with the music and there's always that element of it, man. I mean, I guess in part as well is because now it's such a worldwide, humongous culture that's spread to China, Japan, like everyone, and so many people are involved and doing incredible shit. Yeah. They want to make it as inclusive as possible, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking problem in saying, I have no problem in saying this is a black culture. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean I'm propagating that culture. What's the word? I'm not trying to be black. I'm appropriating. Yeah, like I'm like, yo, I love this shit. It's
the
deep.
Facts is the facts.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I respect. I've done the history.
As a black practitioner, I don't look at it as a black culture. I look at it as an everybody culture. But when you want to start talking about who was from the beginning, now that's different.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
To me, hip hop is definitely inclusive, right? You got some white dudes. Listen, I know white dudes that can dance, and I know black dudes that can't motherfucking dance at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I know some white dudes that listen, man. You see the you see like the breaking videos, b-boy competitions and shit.
Oh yeah, Korea.
All over the world. All over the world.
We're not saying it doesn't.
We're talking about the beginning.
Yeah, we're talking about the beginning. There you go.
The beginning.
Yo, you know what? This might be a good time to listen to another tune.
I got a question. I just got a random question for Skeme. A quick fire question.
Go for it.
Sergeant Major Skeme. If you ask to be put in a crew, that means you can never be put in the crew. Yes or no?
I wouldn't go that far, but I would tell you this: I never asked to be put in a crew.
Never asked to be put in a crew.
Never. And oh, by the way,
didn't need to, son.
Okay, check it out here. This is a good topic. Every crew that I was put in by the original president.
Yeah.
I wasn't put in no crews by no third party, except for, now I wouldn't even say that one. I was put in either by the president, the vice president, or a charter member. I was never put in by no third party, some dude, so-and-so. Yo, who put you down?
Yeah, none of that shit.
Right? I was the last person that phase 2 put in INDs. I'm the SEAL.
What's the meaning of IND? What's the meaning?
Independence.
Okay.
Right?
What other crews you in?
Man.
What other crews you in?
Okay, the crews I write is starting off, of course, is the TMT crew, the Magnificent Team.
Yeah.
10 million.
With the president, Cade 198, vice president is Team 5.
Yes.
All right, that crew was started in 1977.
Jeez.
Right before the blackout.
Wow. Okay.
Tell them again.
Before the blackout. 1977.
And for people who don't know, the blackout is like when there was a massive electricity cutout in New York, where a lot of the sound systems that were used in the block parties and stuff, they were taken during that I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And a lot of
I've heard that.
yeah.
I've heard that.
And so it was instrumental to like the beginning of this hip hop shit, man. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things started from that incident that happened, you know. Yes. But sorry, continue. So TMT, yes.
Yeah, the Magnificent. Originally, it was the Magnificent 2. It was just Teen and Cade, the two brothers. They're brothers, by the way.
Ah, okay.
Right.
And boom. So once they started the crew, and the crew was kicking, and you know they was getting notoriety. See, first they started writing on the buses. They was up on the buses, and then they moved to the trains. And when they started getting notoriety, all these people wanted to start joining TMT crew. And then they was like, yo, one of the first members, which is Vine, and then Taboo 2, God bless the dead, rest in peace, Taboo 2, he was murdered. And but when they got down, they was like, yo, man, why is this the Magnificent 2? Yo, it's more of us now. And so people started riffing about it, and they changed it to the Magnificent Team. And the TMT crew swelled up to be one of the most, and to this day, the most prevalent and still intact with the original president and vice president
really?
Crews, New York City, what I call a New York City legacy crew.
Deep.
Oh shit!
And what other crews, man?
That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant.
Yeah. All right, then of course you got the, like I said, INDs, which is Phase 2's crew. Very selective. I mean, as you, I'm sure you already know, very selective crew. And the reason it was called Independence is almost like the old saying. I think what is it? One ranger, one fight, something like that. Or one fight, one ranger. Talking about the Texas Rangers, right? Like, one riot, one ranger. So basically saying that, yo, if you had a riot, you only need to send one Texas Ranger to shut it down.
To finish
so
it.
very similar to Independence in that each member was a skilled writer in his own right and did not follow the usual hierarchy, being it did not have a president and a vice president. It had a founder, which was Phase, but he never called himself the president. And there was never a president. If you hear somebody tell you they was the president or vice president, it's not true. There was only Phase, the founder, and the people that he put down. Right? So that's the IND. That's what I'm saying. And you know the term INDs comes from, that's one of the train lines. You got the IRTs, the PMTs, and then the INDs.
Damn, okay, cool. Sick.
All right.
All this knowledge, we love it, man.
All right. Then
So
let me big up one of my crew, one of my freight crew, man, Top Mob.
Yeah.
Top
Right?
Mob.
I got put in Top Mob about, maybe about 4 years ago by a writer by the name of Rock, who has since passed away. And I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. You got time for a crazy story?
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Man. That's what we're here for.
Okay, so I was in the Netherlands. That's a whole nother story. I was in the Netherlands. That's a story for another time. I was in the Netherlands for quite some time. And you already know.
You already know, baby.
So, yeah, man, it was bad. But so now one of my sons is graduating from Air Force basic training, and I got to get back. I got to get back to the graduation. So I hated to leave. I was going to stay in the Netherlands till my fucking visa ran out, and then try to stay even longer, but I couldn't.
Yo, we go Amsterdam all the time. We go Amsterdam all the time. From London, obviously, it's a short trip. We go
45 minutes. 45 minutes, Scheme.
You already know. You already know. It was bad. Trust me, it was bad. So I go to my son's graduation. I fly out the Netherlands, get there just in time for the graduation. Everything goes fine. The graduation's great. Kicking with my son, the rest of the family, and all that. And me personally, I don't like to fly, which, by the way, I ain't been to England. That's why.
Really?
I hate to fly.
You got to get yourself down here, man.
We got to get you
I
over
got to
here,
take
man.
some motherfucking some Dramamines and shit and get over there.
T-Kid's always here.
Valiant,
over
man.
here.
I know he always be trying. He's like, yo, get on the plane. Yo, get on the plane. I'm like, all right. So I'm coming back from the graduation. I don't like to fly, so what do? I rent a car. Well, I had already rented a car to go to the graduation.
Yeah,
but I
congratulations to your son as well, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So I decided not to turn it in. I decided to drive from Texas back to North Carolina. So as I'm driving, I get the idea. I say, yo, man, why don't I tell people I'm coming through the cities and see who want to paint? So I get on Instagram and I say, yo, anybody want to paint? Hit me up. I said, I'll be in New Orleans in about 5 minutes. I don't even know if New Orleans got writers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they do, but you know what I mean? I don't know the network and shit. So, yo, this guy hits me up almost immediately. Yo, Goldie, this is your man. This your boy Rock. Holla at me when you come through New Orleans and all this. And, yo, we're going to get it in and all this. So I'm like, okay. I don't know this guy from Adam.
Never met this guy.
Never met him. First time I talked to him.
Shit.
So I was like, all right, send me your address. He sent me the address. Okay, I'm driving. He's deep in it. He deep in. So I'm getting out now. I'm deep in New Orleans. I'm in Louisiana, and I'm getting to New Orleans. I'm driving, and by the time I get to his crib, it's like 2:00 in the morning. It's pitch black. I'm in the hood.
Yeah.
Right. So I pull up, and I call him. I say, yo, I'm in front of your crib. And I could see somebody open the. Actually, I was like in front of the wrong house. Like I was like one house down. You know the GPS.
Yeah. But you saw the blind twitching.
Yeah, I see the blinds. I see them look. I see the light. And he say, Wody, stop fucking with me. You ain't here. I'm looking out right now. But because I was one house down. And I said, no, I'm here. I said, come outside. Now listen, because of my preconceived notions, prejudice, whatever you want to call it, I'm thinking I'm talking to a black dude, right? The way he's talking. Yo, when he comes out, it's a white dude with dreads down his back and a mouthful of gold teeth.
Damn.
And listen, man, let me tell you something, man. And I was supposed to be there for like a day. I stayed with this dude for almost 3 weeks. For 2.5 weeks, I stayed with this dude.
Damn.
And yo, we became like we knew each other all our lives. Okay, we spent every waking moment doing shit we ain't had no fucking business doing. Right?
Brilliant.
And the least of that being graffiti. Okay. Right? So he take me to the house. I meet his mother. You know, I meet his son was with him at the time.
Yeah.
Yo, I stayed with them, but I slept in my I slept in my car and shit because they had cats, and I don't. Me and cats don't get along.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right. I'm allergic to cats, so I slept in my car. But anyway, we didn't even. It wasn't much sleeping time. Okay. So we chilling. We painting and shit. One time we painted. The cops pulled up on us. And they looked at our two old ass. We was doing a highway, what's called a concrete joint by the highway. And the cops pulled up and they looked at us. They looked at our two old ass. And they just shook their head and drove off. You know?
Really? Yeah.
Well, what does this guy write? What was his tag?
Rock, R-O-C-K, top bomb.
All right.
You were doing the highway. Were you doing a scheme and the rock?
Yeah. I was doing a scheme and rock. But I'm gonna tell you. So later that night no, this was another spot. This is before that. So we go to a bar, and while we at the bar drinking, they say, "Yo, Risk is coming," and I know again my prejudice, my preconceived notion. I know a black Risk. I'm thinking they talking about the black dude Risk, right? But it's not. It's Risk. You know, Risk from L.A.
Okay.
So Risk, once he heard I was there, he flies in from fucking
no shit.
He flies in, and yo, it just got worse from there. You know what I'm saying? Right? So yo, we of course, man. Long story short, we had a great time. I had a great time. I also met at that time one of the top writers from their crew, a guy named Bugs. He writes Bugs.
Bugs, B-U-G-S.
Yeah, B-U-G-S. Good style, dude. Too. He's on Instagram, man. You check him out. Nice style. All right. And so, yo, man, that's one of my greatest stories because. Listen, me and that guy, it was like we knew each other forever. Unfortunately, man, he had an addiction problem, and he succumbed to an overdose, man. And God bless the dead, man. He's gone, but yo, he was a true motherfucker. You hear me? He was a good, solid dude, man. And I hate I lost him out of my life, man.
Big him up,
right there, bro.
Salute Bugs, man. Rest in peace. But yo, look, for talking about crews.
No, that's Rock. That's Rock.
Bugs Rock. Sorry, Rock. Salute Rock, man. Man, but talking about crews, there's TMT, but then TNT.
Oh, man, you're trying to get some real information out of me, ain't you?
Yeah, what's that up? What's up with that?
The nasty two. I made up the nation's top. Okay. Now you gonna look. Shit. You might look on what this shit called at 149th Street, the bench, and you got Fade claiming that he made it up. He ain't made it up. I made up the nation's top. Okay?
All right,
right.
I made
that's
up.
It.
Remember I told you about some things that's definitive that I can tell you for sure. Well, that's motherfucking one of them. All right.
That's 100. Okay.
That's one of them. So anyway, the Nasty Two was a crew that was started as an offshoot off of the TMT crew. The TNT crew was started around in 78. And the leaders of that was Q and LC. The next member, the person that passed me and Agent the crew, is Fade of Shirt King's Fade. All right, and then they had a bunch of members, EC3, EN005, Jen, Scene, so many TNT2. Oh, Mackie from RTW, dudes like that. So that's the TMT crew, was an offshoot of TMT.
Yeah, okay, that makes
how
sense.
did it become an offshoot? Was it someone's older brother and someone's little brother? Like, how did that happen?
No. When I say okay, what's another word? A nice word is homage, but the real word is a bite.
Ah, shit. Okay.
And this is, I'm sorry, I could only find this photo. It looks like some dickhead has gone with a chrome and
Oh,
just
that's
went.
okay. Hey, man, that's part of the game, man.
Yeah. And also, Theme, you brought up, like, you know, how long did it take to go all city? Here it says on page 3, read how Skeme and Agent went all city in a matter of only 3 days.
3 days, motherfuckers.
Hey, listen, but let me, but it's true though.
And there's a Dez tag
That's
here.
true.
Under here. Oh, is it?
Yeah, but you know, you gotta understand. Okay, that was one of Dez's things. He used to tag. If you look at any Skeme piece, Dez used to love the tag on my car.
All right.
Right. If he was there, he would tag on my car.
Yeah.
Did that bit miss the buff? Did that bit get buffed, that bit, or did that get missed out?
No, that bottom part don't get buffed.
Yeah, exactly.
On our trains, if you bomb the bottom bit like that, it's a little bit inside the main door, so it doesn't get buffed sometimes. And then it runs for ages and ages.
But man, just look at the funk on those letters, man. Look at that, those E's, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I don't want to jump on the dick too much, but yo, man.
Yeah.
That shit
it's like a diving board, man.
How old were you when you did that?
16.
Look at the clouds and shit, man.
Fucking hell. And like, what would it inspire you to do something like that? Because man, you don't see many of the
because your ease, people weren't really being. For me, you start off with like the really kind of, yo, we're doing aggressive, like really nice stance and angle letters, man. I know people of course were doing it before, but for me, you started really making it more of a thing. You know what I mean? Like it was more. Well, for us over here in London, there's loads of stuff that has definitely come from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is, I don't want to overthink it. You know, like. Because at that time, you know, you wasn't thinking about none of the, you know, really most of these things that we're talking about, you really weren't thinking about them. It's only now in retrospect, and because it's a topic of conversation, that you can analyze and philosophize on. At the time,
but then you were just doing the yard.
Just doing it.
But did you have a sketch? Did you have a sketch for this one?
I don't want to lie, I don't recall.
Okay, yeah.
But you can't say that. I mean, even in the movie Star Wars, there's clips of you guys sitting around, you know what I mean, discussing the wars, looking at photos, like, you know, there was a you know, it was calculated to a degree, you know what I mean? Like you said, but it wasn't all spur on the moment.
But I'm talking about
mission.
I'm talking about when you're doing it, when you're painting, you know, you're not. I mean, for me, I was just painting. Like okay, let me tell you something. The number one thing that I was taught. Okay, here's the rules that I was taught when I my first mentor was a writer by the name of Mr. Mean, TMT and TNT member.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, number one, don't bite. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He told me, number two, never do the same outline twice. That's why if you look at Skeme pieces, every piece is different. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every piece is different. And then, so he said, what's the first rule?
Don't bite.
Don't bite. What's the second rule?
Different outline.
Same outline twice.
Never drop the same shit twice.
And the third one is never get burnt.
Uh-huh.
So when you piecing, that's all I'm thinking about is, yo, I'm not getting burnt.
Yeah. Mm. And people called you up on shit back then. It's not like nowadays where everyone's just liking and bum licking everyone else. Back then, if you were biting, if you were copying someone, if you were, you know, doing shit out of line, people called you out. Yeah, man.
But I mean, people call out now, but the thing is, it's over the internet. So, you know, back then, like, listen, if you wanted to hang out at the bench, you know, you couldn't bite because you would have to see these people face to face.
You had to be at the bench.
Yeah, you got to be. You know, if you was somebody, you was at the bench.
I mean, yo, let's kick it off with a song, man. Let's go. I'm recording everything sweet.
Who you got? Let's see. Who you got?
You suggested Spoonie G, Love Rap.
Love Rap.
Is this like one of the songs you would have listened to back in them days? Or no, that's 80s, isn't it? When did that come out? I can't remember.
Yeah, but the reason I love this song is because it goes on and on and on and on, and you can just sit and draw to this for hours.
Yeah, so you'd sit and sketch to this shit, yeah? Oh, man. It's such a classic break, man.
Yeah, and you get lost. You get lost.
Come on, Spoonie, go off and go off. Yes, y'all. A freak, y'all. To the beat, y'all. It's so unique, y'all. Well, I was speeding down the street, then I pushed my brake because I seen a fine girl, made me shiver and shake. Then I blew my horn and she turned her head. And to the younger lady, this is what I said. I said, baby, come on over to my car and tell me your name so I can know who you are. And just give me your number, address, and all. I might want to see you, I might want to call. Your friends out your house, wherever you be. But meanwhile, baby doll, just come with me. So I opened my door, she got into my car. She looked into my face, said, I know who you are. She said, I seen you once, I can't forget your face. You got style, got class, from this and taste. I said, I'm glad you think so, I'm glad we met. Cause I haven't met a girl, nothing like you yet. But just lay on back and relax your head, because my seat's so soft, just like a bed. And then she looked at me and started to smile. She said, baby, let's have a little fun for a while. I know every move from A to Z, but if it's alright with you, it's alright with me. But if we do it in the car, that's no respect. So let's go to my house. She said it's a bet. And when I got into my house, I drove the female wild. The first thing she said is, let's have a child. I said, no, baby, I only got time to make a lot of money and to say my right. And if I had a baby, I might go broke. And believe me, to me, girl, that ain't no joke. People smile in your face and talk behind your back. And when you get the story, it's never exact. Some say they're your friends, but they really are not, because they only out to try to get what you got. They wanna hang out a day, smoke cheaper, sniff coke, then to see the lady alligator when you grow. But you attract all the dudes and all the young ladies with your diamond rings and your big Mercedes. Go on your check.
Yo, I want to play you my mate Frez.
That's a party record, man.
Yo, my man.
That is nice.
My man Frez did a remix. I want to see what you think.
Right.
Big up El Presidente.
Well, I was speeding down the street, then I pushed my brake because I seen a fine girl, baby, she
already nice.
Then I blew my horn and she turned her head. And to the young lady,
you're gonna make me come over here, boy.
I said, baby, come on over to my car and tell me your name so I can know who you are. And just give me your number, address, and all. I might want to see you, I might want to call. Your friends out your house, wherever you be. For me, my baby doll, just come with me. So I opened my door, she got into my car. She looked into my face, said, I know who you are. She said, I seen you once, I can't forget your face. You got style, got class, from this and taste. I said, I'm glad you think so, I'm glad we met. Cause I haven't met a girl nothing like you yet. Just lay on back and relax your head.
I will. With the bass line.
You want it, yeah? Yeah, boy.
She said, baby, let's have a little fun for a while. I know every move from A to Z, but if it's alright with you, it's alright with me. But if we do it in the car, there's no respect. Let's go to my house. She said, it's a bit.
Yo, it's on the Tarboosh Records, as you can see here on our SoundCloud. You can even go to it. It's called Freak Y'all, and you can download it from there. It's got the download file there, so please feel free to go do that. Shout out again, my man.
Well, send it to him, man. What do you send?
Of course, I'll send it.
Send it to. Yeah.
I'm talking to everyone else. Of course, I'm gonna send it.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
But yo, actually, you know what? Quickly, I want to play you this, just the beginning of this song, because it samples your mum's voice, man, by Master Ace. It's from his Lost Tapes album.
Oh,
have you heard this one? Yeah, have you? I don't know if you've heard it. It's called Dopes, Pushers, Addicts. And right at the beginning, there's a little snippet from your mum from Star Wars. Check it out.
Yeah.
What you've got is a whole miserable subculture.
Wow.
Rest in peace. And then the MC Light, the sample. I love this tune. I got it on vinyl, you know what I mean? The Addicts, everybody.
I'm surrounded by the
Yo, I ain't know that was on there, man.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. I wanted to go into his verse. He's got such an ill verse on this as well.
breathe, cause I know that what
When I wake up every day, I give thanks that I could breathe. Cause I know there was a few of us here that had to leave. I'm happy for a life that I didn't have to thieve. Cause the soul to the devil is one you can't retrieve. It's been a long time since Bombers and Gabardines. Now it's Timberland, boots and Maurice Malone jeans. At every intersection, I'm stopped by crack fiends. Cause the order of the day is get paid by any means. There ain't much to separate me from that shit. Like my mom's and my 8th grade teacher, and that's it. If I didn't have them there, then I guess that I would fit the description of some nigga the feds was out to get.
Oh man, sick. Master Ace, dopes,
Dope.
addicts, man. I mean, yo, what can we get into now, man? I was gonna say,
hold on, man. Let me see something. Hold on.
Of course.
Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, but very
just
lightly,
just a bit.
I mean, what is it? Yeah. Is it a song by someone else, or is it one you made, or what?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Damn, I don't even know how to send it. Like, there's no option to send it.
It's an MP3, yeah?
Yeah, but the way it's saved on my phone is weird.
What is it though? What is it? Just tell me. Maybe
I can't send it, man.
Yeah, but what is
the title of the track?
Let's go on. Maybe we'll figure it out.
But what is the song? I'm intrigued now, man. I like. Is it your song?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh shit, we gotta hear that.
You got my email. You got my email, so maybe you can email it to me.
Nah, there's no option. Like where it is in my thing, there's no option.
Oh, it's in your music library.
Skemes making beats.
No, I ain't making no beats, man. The beats is by the incomparable, man. The wizard in the booth, man. Fred Ones.
All right.
Heard of DJ Fred Ones?
The name rings a bell.
Spitting on it?
Yeah, he out of Chicago. He in Chicago via New York.
What you got? Are you rapping on it or something, baby?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, shut up. We gotta hear this shit.
I don't know how to send it, bro.
Because my man Theme.
Shut down.
I feel to play a theme track as well, man. Because my man Theme here, he's a heavy.
Let's hear the theme track.
All right, here. Wait, hold on. I got one here.
Yo, I never bit you in my life, by the way. I never used the same ease. I never done it, man.
Now I bit you.
We talked in 2017. You sent me a message. You're like, "Yo, Theme, and then ... I like that tag." And I was thinking,
shit. Theme. Which one from Toys Get Smoked do you wanna play, man?
Yeah, Toys Get Smoked. I like that.
Shit. Toys Get Smoked, baby.
Theme. Which one? Twisted Lyricist, Bad Intentions, Fuck These Kids.
Little Fame from MOP. Listen
now
to this shit.
Billy Dance.
Billy Dance listens to this shit.
Let's go with Fuck These Kids.
I haven't heard this for over like 8 years. 9 years.
Yeah, this
is over 10 years old.
This is 12, 13 years.
West London's finest, believe that. Check it out, listen.
Take a closer look at who you see. The one kid in the business, keep your eyes on. God damn it, it's me, the man, the almighty, all knowing, doing all I can. This rap music is a wonderful gift. Stay on some conscious.
That's what rap is about.
God damn it, it's me, the man, the almighty, all knowing. I'm the definition of great.
It's hard to innovate, surrounded by the second hand. All these lesser man fronting like they desperate Dan. Stars predictable, clocked it like a second hand. Rap, I bless it, man, I smash it with impressive plan. My very presence in this essence is a blessing. I'm depressing you peasants with offenses, only my sentence can. From the head, don't make me send for my pen and pad. You claim your pen, chop you up, sell you 10 a bag. So fuck these kids, spitting like they Rick Ross. My shit top, my lyrics spitting like I'm ripped off. I feed bitches to the pigs like I'm brick top. While you just speak to the pigs, you're a snitch. What? I've been blind in the rhyming forever. The time I endeavor makes me shine and get better. Line them are clever, they entwined in the letter. Now I find it easy like I'm grinding some pepper. I can't lie, getting tired of this setup. All these tiny rhymers with their mind of vendetta. Whatever, I'd advise you comply or step up. You don't live off crime, you never fired a Beretta. My bars make whack rappers bolt like they Usain. Fate like 2 pages, plain ain't no 2 ways. Call me Hussein, I'm sunning all you days. Pull a moody look look and get booted in your screw face.
Take a closer look at who you see. The one kid in the
Hey, I haven't heard that for a long time. Yeah, didn't know if I was gonna be embarrassed or not, man.
Yo,
I kinda
call
got
me
away with it.
Hussein. I'm sunning all you Udays, man.
Udays, I know you'd see that, sir. I knew you would hear that, sir.
Yo, big up Quincy Tones on the beat as well, man.
Yeah, Quincy
Tones. Fire. Hey, man, are y'all trying to make me come out there, man?
Yeah, you got
yes, sir.
You gotta come out, bro.
That is 100%, man.
Man, y'all got me rocking over here, man. Dang.
Man, if you came to London, man, we would organize the illest Graff jam. Yeah, all the kings of London will come together and we would do an illest war, man. I want to shout out all the PFB, all the DDS, all the all the crews out here.
No, but anything you want, like, we got you. Anything you can't talk about, yo, we got you, man. Doesn't matter.
Yo, they got any trains going to England, man?
I mean, it's doable, man. It's doable. We know people. I'm not even kidding. I mean, obviously, our peak is past. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to claim that I was a massive train writer. I wasn't, but
no, but he means he doesn't want to fly over. He wants to get the train to England, man.
I thought you want to paint some trains. I thought you want to paint some trains.
That's a double entendre, man. Hey, yo, before I forget, man, shout out to my man Goldie, man. Okay?
Yo, Goldie.
Yeah,
man. Shout out to the guy Goldie, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's what I'm
Goldie
saying.
killed me, man, if I forget Goldie, man. I can't forget Goldie, man.
No, of course. Goldie.
Big up the metal heads. Big up Goldie. Big up Thailand. Big up yoga. That's how he's living his life.
How do you feel about now? You know, during the pandemic, there were some trains getting done in New York, man. Like shit. I know you've seen them.
People were doing tribute trains.
I love it. I love it. Now I gotta be honest now, because they whoever's doing it, they getting better.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest. Some of the first early ones, them shits wasn't that motherfucking hot.
It was a bit janky,
Yeah. I respect the effort. I respect the mission.
Yeah.
But the style was lacking. But that having been said, here of late, right? They starting to come off, looking a lot better, whoever's doing it. But yo, I love it. They crush it. I love it.
And they were doing like dedications to like the trains that you guys were doing.
Tributes, yeah.
And it's always
passing away, yeah, for sure.
And it's always been like a bit of a pilgrimage. Writers from all around the world would go to do the New York Transit. It was like
New
a thing.
Yard. Yeah.
And like obviously Goldie was one of the earliest ones to do it. There's another writer, Drax here, PFB.
Robbo,
he went over
Drax.
Robbo. They did like there's legendary photos of London writers back in the
Robbo,
90s.
man. Team Robbo, man.
Team Robbo, man.
Yeah.
Salute.
Team Robbo, baby. That's what I'm saying.
No doubt, man. I mean,
big up Necker, big up Vamp. Loads of people.
Can you
what about
New York? What about like back in the early days? Were there? I mean, was it all just New Yorkers doing it? Were out of towners would come, or what kind of? Nah.
Now, you might have had like a cousin.
Painting trains.
Before I say no to that. There's a couple incidences of people having, cousins who will come and stay for the summer.
Yeah, but that's a vouch. You've been vouched for. You know what I mean? That's your cousin.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still an out of towner though.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. You're talking about people just coming in like they doing now. Now, it wasn't such a thing back then.
Oh, right. Okay.
Chicago's got a silver metallic subway system.
They got some good trains out there. They got some cats crushing my man Empty. He's a straight up king. I don't know if you ever heard of Empty, man. What's the name of his crew? ST6 Steel Team 6, Empty, EMTE.
I've heard of
Yeah, he's a monster out there. Then of course you got the Feds out to Chicago, which is Slang, the God Slang, Orko. You got Nick Fury. Oh my God, who else is in Feds, man? Trickster, man. The Trickster kill me if I forget him, man. But that's just some of the guys out there, Konami. Some of the Chicago
were people
guys.
painting that back in the day?
Huh?
When were people painting it back in the day? Like when the New York scene was coming out, did that line? We don't even know. Did that line even exist? Were people painting it?
What, Chicago?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure just like any inner city,
like a youth movement, it would have spread on, but no one really.
Yeah, but it
knows
wasn't
about...
like New York. It wasn't like New York. I'm sure there was somebody took a can or a marker or something and wrote their name, but they wasn't doing like masterpieces. Like New York is the birthplace of the masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not only the masterpiece, but the perfection of Handstyles. Now,
very important.
What about Philly though? Philly,
what they call it, Philly out there, the Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked Handstyle. So of course Philly got their own identity. And, you know, we always got this long-standing debate about who started. You know, you got Cornbread telling his story. And listen, man, I wasn't there, right? I wasn't there. But let me tell you, the only thing I'll say about this, who the first writer was, the reality is nobody can possibly know who the first person was, okay? There was no internet back then. There was no cell phones. We didn't have connectivity between cities and shit like that. And listen, yo, people was writing on the walls in New York in the early 60s, just like it was in every hood and every ghetto. Nobody knows who the first writer was. Now, I will say this about Cornbread, who's a fantastic dude, by the way. OG, for sure.
Yeah.
He was definitely the first writer to get national notoriety, all right? By getting in the newspaper for some of his exploits. He was definitely up in all of that.
And
but as far as him
well.
being the first writer, I can't stop
national
on that.
Yeah. Well, I've heard like KRS-One talk about, like, you know, obviously, you know, KRS-One, he could talk a lot, and I love KRS, obviously, yeah. But he spoke about how, obviously, he talked about cave paintings and shit. Like he said, it's just like a human. If you give a toddler a pen, their instinct isn't to sit and write down on a piece of paper. Their instinct is to go to a wall and start writing on a wall.
Yeah, but that's not graffiti though.
No, it's not graffiti, but I'm just saying the natural instinct to do it, you know what I mean? Like to write on a wall. And then obviously, you know, in those early days, like, you know, people, you'd be living, you know, in the ghettos, like you're saying, man, and like people just want to be heard, man, because you're just you know, you're living in those circumstances, man. You ain't got shit, but like you said earlier,
but we got to understand, we talk about writing though, like it, like you could pick up a stick, right, and you could hit a rock with a stick, but that's not baseball. Okay? Right. It has to have the laws, the rules, the do's and don'ts, the protocols, the norms,
the whole background,
all of that. That's what makes it the culture.
Exactly.
Right, and not just a random independent act. Anybody can pick up a marker and write their name. Everybody want to talk about Kilroy. That's not what we do.
And that's kind of like going back to phase 2 when he didn't like the word graffiti because it had that connotation to it, where he was like, nah, this is aerosol art. We're using spray cans with, you know, it's a different movement. And also now in the last 10, 20 years with the increase in street art, you know, and then like, obviously there's gray area and there's bits where they overlap. But in general, the main way I explain the difference to the layman, people who don't know shit, I tell them, look, okay, yeah, graffiti is art and it's on the street, but it's not street art, you know. It's got a different history, it's got a different set of rules, you know what I mean, and all that stuff, you know. And the rules get broken, you know, and graffiti in its essence is about breaking rules and shit like that, but you have to know the rules to break the ruals, you know what I mean. And graffiti writers, they do that shit. I mean, what's your thoughts on the whole street art thing that's coming out, man?
Well, I mean, again, of course, I'm not opposed to it. My only problem is when quote unquote street artists, meaning those that do not have their roots in the train movement, try to somehow create a false street reputation and somehow, you know, tie themselves into the trains and all of that. And listen, it's not necessary. Just be yourself and keep it 100, right? Yeah. And, you know, just be what you are. Of course, I there's a lot of beautiful paintings, a lot of great artists, but you're not, here's the thing now, you're not a writer. Right. See, that's why FaZe was mostly opposed to the term graffiti, because it was a blanket term and a lot of things fall under that. For example, the main one he wanted to be disconnected from was gang graffiti. Right. Because that's the number one reason that they would use why it was not good, because they would say, well, this is gang graffiti.
Oh yeah. Yo, man, it's
broken window syndrome, and it was
steeped
broken window
in racism.
Theory, which, by the way, they copied from me when I said it in Style Wars.
Yeah. And it's like steeped in racism as well, you know. It was a way, even hip-hop in general, the rappers and all that, they're like, yo, they're thugs and yo, this and that, like as if there wasn't gangs and shit before hip-hop even fucking came about, you know. They start pointing their fingers when NWA, all these groups were coming out. They're like, nah, look at this is the problem, these guys there. And it's like, they're just telling you what's happening out there. They're describing it to you. They're not, you know what I mean? It's mad, man.
Well, but it's still, man, look at today, even today, man, you know, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, you know, he when he got elected, right? When he first got elected, gave his first speech.
Yeah.
One of the first things he said was, now this is in light of all the rapes, murders, drugs, homelessness, and all the shit. One of the first things he said is, I'm gonna get rid of the graffiti. What the fuck? Least your motherfucking problems, man.
Yeah, man.
Fucking hell.
Got bigger shit to worry about.
That's politics,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that?
That's politics, man.
Because graffiti is the single
Easy
most
target.
visible. Well, not because it's the most visible sign that the government is not doing their job. Okay? Because it runs 24 hours a day. When you write something on the wall, people walk by that shit 1,000 times a day and they see it. It's not like a rape. A rape only lasts a second. And most times you don't even get to see a rape. You hear about a rape. So as bad as a rape is, they hate graffiti more because it's up there for everyone to see all day, every day. And people are saying, well, why wasn't there someone here to stop this?
Yeah, no one's doing shit. Yeah, So if we clean it, then it looks like we're doing something, then we're going to get more love. Yeah.
Well, it's a symbol of loss of control. You know what I mean? They're like, and also it's not sanctioned, you know, so it's like they can't censor it if they wanted to. Which I think is one of the beauties of graffiti, you know what I mean, man? That it comes from the heart. And also, I wonder what you think about this. Like, if you whittle it down, if you really boil it down to its essence, break it down to its very essence, graffiti is just saying, I was here. Yeah. The ultimate message. I mean, what do you think about that, man?
Well, at the time it says, I am here.
Yeah, I am.
It says, I am here, which is, you know, I am here. I do exist. I am important. I have a voice. Yeah, maybe I'll never make it to America's Got Talent or The Voice or, you know, one of these shows. But you know what? I could paint a motherfucking skeleton on this wall right here. Somebody's going to see it. Okay? And so, you know, we got to be careful because they always be talking about, oh, yo, the public this, but am I not part of the public?
Yeah, exactly.
What about my opinion? They always talking about, oh, people say, but have they ever actually taken a poll and counted and seen how many people like it? No, they don't. They just make blanket statements.
Exactly.
It's like in because I lived in Brazil for a little while. Theme's gonna love this. I always mention Brazil. And they got a graffiti scene. Obviously, they have a pichação movement, pichadores. I'm sure you've heard of it, where they climb the buildings, they do tags all up the buildings.
You're talking about coming down the rappelling and all of that.
Yeah, all that, like, no, but these kids they're like climbing the windows. These kids, they're like standing on each other's shoulder. Yeah, they're like, they can't afford even ropes and shit. These are ghetto kids. Wow. It's crazy what they do. But that's a separate movement. There is also a more traditional graffiti movement, like you know, what you inspired. And but out there, and also in Lebanon, in Beirut, I've been there as well. It's similar there, where there's so much corruption in the government, and you know, they have gangs and cartels and drug cartels in you know, in Brazil, and in Lebanon there's war and shit like that, where the police and the army they got other shit to worry about, so they can literally go during the day, find a wall in the city. And I remember my first time I met this writer Ment, M-E-N-T, Menchi, when I was in Brazil. And he took me to a wall, and I was just, because I was like my first couple days there, so I just kind of was hanging with him. He took me to this wall by the side of a motorway, and he was just looking around. I remember him for a couple minutes looking around, and he was like, yeah, we're going to paint this wall. And I was like, okay. You know, I didn't say nothing. We painted the wall, did some piece during the day. People walking past, driving past, everything like that. No one batted an eyelid. And then eventually, because I was there for a while, so I was painting with him a lot. Eventually, I was like, yo, how do you know when it's okay or not okay? And he said, you just get this kind of feeling. You know what I mean? You look, as long as you're not, and he goes, it's like a positive spiral there, yeah? You take your time, you're doing it during the day, you paint something nice, and then everyone is like, yo, come paint my house. Yo, paint the side of my building. Yo, paint. And so it's just like a positive spiral. Whereas here in London, it's been demonized so much, and they put so many cameras and so many fucking
America too.
And America.
The key word you said, control. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. And it's been demonized. And so here people are quick. They got to do something quick. You know what I mean? They got to mask up. They, you know, and to your average person, it looks messy. It doesn't look nice to them. Doesn't have colors in it. And so people complain, and then the police clamp down even more. And it's a vicious cycle here. You know what I mean? And I'm guessing in America.
Right.
And it's just a whole different kind of feeling. And I told my mate in Brazil, I said, yo, enjoy it while you can, man, because eventually they're going to come down on you guys, you know?
Yeah. Just because, for no other reason than because the same thing here, you know, just to look like we're doing something, you know, that's what I look like authority is in charge, man. That's all. It's sick.
What about the yards now? What about the yards? Over here, the London Underground is the oldest subway network system in the world, and it was built in Victorian times. Some of these tunnels are tiny, Skeme, like they're tiny. They are very close to the train. Your feet are kind of almost underneath the third rail because the arch is like that. It's a tunnel, right? It's an actual small pipeline tunnel. Yeah,
right.
It's like that. Like, do you see this
Don't
photo
you
here?
call them the tubes? You call them the tubes?
The tubes.
Yeah, they're
exactly.
called tubes. Yeah. This is Brixton Tunnels. Well, it looks like Brixton Tunnels because of the front.
And you
train,
got
but that's what
right there in that little space. That's crazy.
Yeah, and the fumes back then, you know, they go in your face. When it was back with illegal paint and shit. But we've got yards as well, like a normal yards.
Right.
But what I'm saying is now in the yards, yeah, we've got like Tiptronic plates, lasers, infrared cams, normal cameras. Obviously sometimes like security and dogs and fence, but we've got like fucking all sorts of shit that they're really if you paint a train here, the next day it's buffed. I mean, it doesn't run.
They don't let them run.
That's been the case. There was the time when they had the Olympics here and everything was battered. Everything was bad. All of London's history was here. Some of it was still here. And then they had the Olympics, I don't know when it was, 2000 and whatever. And they said the first thing we're going to do to make London look clean, look like we're on top of it, is we're going to clean the whole system.
Yeah, wow.
And they just painted it like this dog shit brown. All the walls around every line of every subway system.
Wow.
And we lost everything.
That's
one of the first things they did was paint that. Yeah. And now if you do a yard, you can step on some sort of electronic plate.
The sad part is what they don't understand is that people like the shit. See,
that's what I'm saying.
In their mind, people would rather see that. What's the word he used in Star Wars? Vomitus. And in mind, people would rather see this vomitous gray color blank shit, but it's not true. People like graffiti.
Yeah,
they just hate to admit the shit.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Hey, Coach.
It's fucked.
Hey, what's the name of that song? The Baltimore what? City Girls Act Up Remix. Yeah. Hey, play this joint, man. City Girls Act Up Remix, man.
All right.
Can you find it?
Yeah, of course. Wait, hold on. Let me get the internet up. Is it on YouTube? Hopefully.
The reason that you'll like, because when I first heard it, I thought he was British.
Wait, what's the name of the song? Sorry.
Hey, Coach, what's the name? City Girls what? City Girls Act Up Remix.
City Girls Act Up.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
That's it, yeah.
Play my man right there.
Boom time. Game over. Suck it bang.
Suck it bang.
You online.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh yeah.
Boom tang tang, toon tang, tigger loogie. Butter bang bang on a diggy. Wibble a pickle a tang tang on a diggy. Heckle a pickle a bang bang on a buggy. Wibble a pickle a tang tang on a pepper. Heckle a pickle a bang bang.
Check my man out.
Oh, it does. Sometimes he does sound.
I fuck it in a big lang on a bang. Whipple a tipple a tang tang on a tang. Heckle a tickle a tang tang to go to.
Talking about dance moves.
Right.
Come on, bitch.
I swear, he's not making sense.
He must have an English parent.
He made up his own language.
Yeah, this isn't in English, is it?
No, he made up his own language.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's mad, because there's definitely
some of the tones. Yeah, there's some of the tone of voice. Sometimes some of it sounded like a little bit of London slang. Sometimes,
right. At first, and then I started listening. I was like, the bang bang on the doogie. What?
You know what? Actually, that's interesting because obviously back in the day we took a lot of American culture when it came to hip hop. You know, yo, that's dope. Yo, that's stupid fresh, man. You know what I mean? And it was all directly influenced. But now, with the rise of grime music, now with people like Wiley and fucking who else is big over now in America? There's Dizzy Rascal,
Gigs. You see Gigs with P Diddy. He came 50 Cent just brought Gigs out on his last tour, in his last London tour. Last date of the tour, he just brought Gigs out. And Gigs was at P Diddy's birthday and shit like that. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
But now there is actually in America now, they're getting influenced by the British slang, like yo, bruv, and you know, like, because we take a lot of our slang from the Jamaican influence, because obviously I know it happened in New York and with Cool Herc, you know what I mean? He came over from Jamaica, he was part of that wave. Same time
we
it
got
happened
a
in
lot
England.
of that. Yeah,
And we had the sound systems, but here in England we went more in the direction of obviously seeing America with the hip hop and the Bronx and the parties and that, and then here it went more into the reggae, and then that developed into drum and bass, like with the more bass heavy and faster tempo, and that went into, and it was sound system still, you know what I mean, kind of situation, but different, you know what I mean? But it was very interesting to see them too, because they were happening simultaneously to a certain degree, you know? But yo, party people,
people were rapping in American accents at one stage, and then we remember the first groups that started rapping in English accents. We're like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got more props.
That's dope, man. Yo, you know that cat, my man, Officialate, you know what I'm talking about?
Officialate?
Yeah, he's an English cat. He on Instagram, Officialate.
I'm gonna look
Big
it
up
up.
Officially.
Check him out and support him, man. Good brother, man. Officially.
Right. So wait a minute, Skeme. How are we gonna get you over to London, man?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
We'll do a crowdfunder. We'll do a crowdfund, and because I know KRS-One, he doesn't fly, he gets a boat over, but obviously he comes over, stays for 6 months. You know what I mean? Tours around Europe, so it's worth it for him, the journey, because that's a long.
You could tour around Europe. You could do. Oh my god!
A tour.
Man.
The Skeme Graff tour of Europe.
Oh shit!
You'd be set up in seconds.
Yo, as long as we ain't
Paris,
flying.
Amsterdam, Berlin, all of that shit. Obviously, London. Like, come on, man.
Now, once you're here, you wouldn't have to fly. You can get trains everywhere here, man. In Europe, that would be legendary, because there's still cities like Athens and in Naples.
Yeah, but too, man, I gotta bring my riot gear, because every time I turn on the TV, y'all motherfuckers throwing Molotov cocktails and shit.
Nah, man. Nah, it's not like that. Don't believe what you see on the TV, man. We all peace and love here, man. But we got 5 minutes left on this meeting. I just kind of want to wind it down. Theme, if there's anything
I want to say thank you very much.
Man, thank y'all. I'm glad we did. Hey, my kid. Hey, excuse me. Hey.
Oh shit! Now wait. We didn't review. Yo, there's a toy thing we got to review, man. Before you go, man. All right, because like I said,
the last couple of seconds. So people send their photos into the podcast sometimes, because we're writers over here, and they want us. We don't want us. We critique it. If they've got the balls to send it in, they send it in.
And I tell them,
so don't worry about saying, and don't feel no way, Skeme.
And I tell them, you got to have thick skin, man. You know what I mean? Because we're going to go in on you. This is a piece sent in by someone who writes, says Flex, F-L-E-X, if you can believe it.
The L, baby. The
Look at this little bit coming down here. This big fucking L bit.
Man, y'all ruthless, man. Y'all ruthless. That motherfucker looks like he got COVID, man.
It looks like he got COVID. I mean, yo, the colors are nice, man. But yo,
let me tell you something. That is the mark of death in New York. When you look at somebody's piece and you say, yo, the colors are nice.
Yeah. Well, you picked some nice colors.
That's the fucking mark of death. That means the piece is garbage when you say that.
Yo, man.
But look, man, he whoever this guy is, he or she.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Or they or them. Shit, nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
The person got the right idea. They just need style.
Yeah, they've got some ideas, and they need
a mentor.
I mean, what I usually end up telling people is just simplify it, man. Don't go crazy with all these connections. Learn how to do an F. It's cool, simple F first. Then start adding connections. Then start adding, you know what I mean? But people always want to go ahead of their fucking shit. You got to start simple, man. Master that, then move on.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, man. I came out the egg burning, man. I came out the egg burning, man.
Well, yo, Skeme, man. Salute, Skeme. And you know what? I want to give another props to my man Shiva. He sent one in as well. This is Fexy, by the way. This is Fexy. He won a competition with us. He sent another thing. I
like this a lot more, yeah, man.
Yeah, nice silvery joint. Nice silvery joint. Now this remind me of a certain style. I don't know what they call it, but it's looking almost monsterish, man. Almost like plant life, like something like plant life, man. So yeah,
organic kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I gotta tell you, by New York, by New York standards, it falls into our styles, which is pipe style, mechanical style,
Computer rock
style, and then you got computer rock, which is a style all in itself. Right, and that piece don't really fit into pipe style. That's more of like a softy straight letter.
Yeah, with a few bits going on, a few doodads added and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see
like
the wiggles. I see the wiggles.
The wiggles, like the veins or whatever. I don't know what you want to call them, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's interesting, man.
All right, let's see another one. What you got? Let's see another one.
I know. I only had those two ready for the for the critique
I
one.
seen you had a scheme file. What was it? Oh, that was the file for the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of scheme stuff in here, but we've seen most of them. I've gone through them now, man. I got nice.
Do you have any of those photos up in your house, like framed, hanging up as iconic
my photos are
moments of hip hop? Huh?
No, all my photos are in my photo album.
Oh, so you don't hang them up? You don't have them like out and like kind of on display?
So you see those photos there, like those photos, like I was saying before, yeah, doing the graffiti is one thing, being there is something else, and having that photo, capturing the moment of that particular mission or that particular time, that for me is an amazing thing. And you've got some of the photos that capturing those kind of images, like loads of them have got you in it. For me, I would have them fucking hung up on the, hanging on the wall when people come in my house.
Pieces. Hold on, man. Let me see if I can show you. I got a lot of pieces hanging up. That's why there's not much room for my photos. Because, you know, I got to have my...
Is this what you would call a pipe style? The one here that's on the screen here, strictly scheme. Is that what you mean by pipe style?
It's also more of a straight letter.
Straight letter, okay, yeah.
It's not pipe style because it doesn't have any connections.
Ah, okay, the connections with because I haven't heard pipe style before. That's
because just imagine pipes under the ground and they're going from
Yeah, they're connecting like the pipes, like Super Mario with the pipes and shit.
Like Super Mario.
Oh shit! Hold on, what happened to?
He's there. He's
okay,
he's there.
I'm trying to turn on the light.
Yeah.
To show
we got 2 minutes.
New York.
We got 2 minutes, man.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wait, let him speak. So he goes.
I can't see what you got. So of course you see the snake at the top.
Yeah.
Snake one piece.
Nice.
Got a nice easy tag. Let me see. You know who that is? Can you see that one right there?
Yeah.
Who that right there?
T Kid.
Yeah. And then let me see who we got. It's hard to point this thing because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, you're not seeing it.
Oh, right there, you see it?
Bates.
All
yeah,
right.
boy.
Nice.
Let me see.
Kid.
Can you see that one?
A little bit further back. If you could stand back a little bit. There we go. Right, who did that? Sketch.
That's a Scheme and Scheme and Kool-Aid by Cool 131.
Nice.
Cool 131.
All right, let me see what else we got. All right. See Too Much by Cade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that part?
There's a part there. Yeah.
And then you got a nasty.
There's a pads tag. Yeah.
Of a gear.
Oh yeah.
A gear piece.
Guys, we got 1 minute left. We got 1 minute left, man.
All right, Butch 2.
Butch 2, yeah.
Stay High.
Ah, sick.
No way.
Riff.
No way.
Nice.
No way.
Oh man, this is what I grew up seeing. That you see that World is a Ghetto up there?
Yeah.
Crazy. 198.
That's nice hand style, man.
Yeah, they used talking about Tacky.
Deep.
Oh, we got
Revolt, baby. Yeah.
If we get cut off, I'm gonna start a new one just so we can say goodbye properly. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
There's a Tacky. There's
Cope.
a Cope.
Yeah.
History
Yeah,
right here.
Deep.
Right. I gotta show you this last one.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. That's my man Bugs that I was telling you about.
Oh wow, okay. Yo, check that out.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that's Bugs, Top Mob, man. Nasty cat, man.
Yeah.
Then I got another Italian, nasty Italian dude. You see him, King Rusto?
Wait, go to the left a bit more.
That's it. We got it.
Yeah.
Rusto.
Yeah, Rusto. Yeah.
What kind of style? Is that?
I like that
style?
T, man.
Is that pipe style? What would you call that style?
No, that's like semi-wild style.
That's a more that's a hybrid. That's a hybrid, but it's a little more mechanical.
Yeah, it looks like Zephyr. It reminds me of Zephyr from Star Wars. A little bit. I don't know. Anyway. Nah. Look at his name.
Yeah, anyway, man, that's just a couple of joints, man.
Yeah, man.
Where are you? Where are you, sir? You in New York?
Yeah, no, I'm in North Carolina.
Ah, okay. Sweet. I assumed you was in NYC, but no, all good, man.
Nah, man. Listen, man, your money don't my money. Man, I can't speak for nobody else's money, but my money don't go that far, man.
Nah, New York is expensive. It's
no
like
one
London.
in New York. No one from New York lives in New York. That's what a lot of my friends are saying at the moment who used to live in New York.
Yeah.
They're saying, you know, it's crazy at the moment.
I'm actually, I mean, I don't want to name drop here, but I organized a gig here for Diamond D from DITC. I'm not sure if you're aware. And yeah, he's obviously New York, Bronx native.
He's a Bronxite for sure.
He even did tags as well. He wrote Z-Rock.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and me neither until I met him. And then
I like that tag, Z-Rock.
Yeah, and so I got him to sign all the albums. I got all the records of his, and so he was just tagging Z-Rock. So we're gonna get him on as a guest soon as well and talk about his Graff history. But but
Skeme, thank you very much for coming on Arms House to Your Mum's House, man. This is a massive pleasure.
I had a fantastic time, man. It was like we were sitting here smoking a blunt, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what we like to try and do it like, and the same for us as well. And like I said, man, you come to London, you come to Europe, you're sorted with whatever you need, 100%. You already know. Man. You already know. Like you really trying it.
Yeah, man.
Anything you need, yo, man.
Maybe one day.
You're a legend in the game. Fucking hell, man. I grew up on a lot of your shit.
I'm just happy to be here. Let me tell you something, man. We losing each other, man. Every day, man. We just lost TRACY 168 Wild Style.
Yes.
Woo-woo.
Salute.
We just lost the master. You talk about a master, man. That's one of the masters right there, man.
No doubt.
And man,
someone did a train over here for that. Someone did a train.
Come on, man. Listen, man. What a loss, man. You know, we already lost FaZe, and then you know, of course, a whole lot of other cats. We lost the King, the God, man. King Case 2, man.
King Case 2.
We didn't even get into Case 2.
When you know, back in the days, man, if you would have knew Case back in the days, you would have thought he was like fucking immortal, like he couldn't die, man. Like just to hear that he died, man, it's like it's not even real because he was like such a fucking extraordinary human being, man. You didn't even think he could be taken off this planet, man. But we lost the God Case 2.
Extra to less. No, we the best.
That's right, man. That's
King
right,
of Style. Oh my God,
King
man.
of what?
King of Style.
Yeah, man. The ultra-magnetic king, the only one that's here left doing this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. Yeah, man. What a loss, bro. Now TRACY is crazy, but it just lets you know that no man knows the hour we can all go, and that's why you should live every day like it's the last day, man, and be kind and be nice and be righteous, man, and do your best. We can't be perfect, but we can do our best, man. You know?
Amen.
And every day, bro, every day is a new chance to do better. Every day you wake up is a chance to do better.
I'll meet you at the 3 yard tomorrow, baby.
Shit, I'm there in 10 minutes.
I'm flying there now.
All right.
Now, genuinely a pleasure and an honor. Skeme, thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, can I get you just to camera? Can you say, yo, this is Skeme TMT. You're watching Arms House to Your Mom's House. Is that cool?
Yo, this is Skeme, the 3 yard king. Down with the magnificent team. You're watching Arms House to Your Mom's House. Peace, love, and respect. I'm out.
Yo.
To your mom's house. Arms house 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 to your mom's to your.
Every time I get in the train, almost every day I see my name. I say, yeah, you know what? I was there. I bombed it.